Each year, LCMS Disaster Response reaches out with Christ's mercy to people whose lives are turned upside down by tornadoes, hurricanes, fires, earthquakes, and floods.
As we were monitoring the news regarding Hurricane Sandy, and it moved across Jamaica, Haiti, and on toward the east coast of the United States, and developed into what we now know as Superstorm Sandy, we realized that it was going to impact the entire east coast of the United States.
In an hour, that whole area in my house was just flooded, and we called for help. And at about 3 o'clock in the morning, the policeman stopped at the top of the bridge and just told us we had to ride it out. There was no way for anybody to get to us.
What sets this congregation-based response ministry apart from the Red Cross and other agencies? It's a ministry of presence. Ministry work that continues long after a disaster fades from the headlines.
When we're asked, how long can you stay? The answer is, as long as you need us.
Through local congregations, the Synod, districts, donors, and other partners join forces, just as those partners did after deadly, destructive Superstorm Sandy.
We immediately implemented our program where we contact all the district disaster response coordinators up and down the east coast of the United States and all the district offices to provide assistance as needed during that time.
When the Superstorm Sandy hit, Pastor Benke informed me that assistance was needed out in the Rockaways and also in Breezy Point with helping people get out of a lot of the destroyed property that was as a result of the storm.
The LCMS Atlantic District, which includes Eastern New York and the New Jersey District, were hit especially hard. District disaster response coordinators and local pastors checked on congregations and their communities. 2 days after Sandy hit the U.S., an LCMS disaster response team began work on the ground.
There were fallen trees, debris fields everywhere, lack of power, people scrambling around to find food, water, and other resources, especially along the coast in New Jersey. We saw homes that were tilted sideways, upside down, moved hundreds of feet off their foundation, piles of sand everywhere.
Congregations, which already know their communities, are in the best position to help when a disaster strikes. But a congregation may lack the resources to meet multiple dire needs. LCMS Disaster Response strengthened the efforts of local Lutherans reaching out in battered communities.
The church has been a tremendous help with spiritual guidance, and monetarily that helped tremendously. And the leadership and the help with Pastor and his wife was terrific.
Survivors were truly grateful for our presence there in the first few days after the storm. We were able to fill a gap as insurance companies and FEMA were getting up to speed.
I found the best help for us has been the church.
Volunteers, coordinated by Lutheran Church Charities, cleaned up homes and tackled repairs. With the help of LCMS donors, local Lutherans made Christmas a bit happier for Sandy survivors, visiting neighborhoods that included an elementary school in Far Rockaway, New York.
Yes, God is good. Yes, He is. Yeah.
How was your spirit?
Early in December, one of the programs that the local districts and congregations adopted was known as the Gift of Christmas. And the Gift of Christmas program engaged local congregations, LCMS members actually going out into their communities and distributing Christmas presents, gift cards, and the book, The Very First Christmas by Dr. Paul Meyer.
More than $1.5 million in LCMS grants addressed Superstorm Sandy needs, such as helping the homeless with transitional housing. Grant recipients included the Atlantic and New Jersey districts. That support was made possible by caring donors throughout the Synod.
The most important thing for the work of LCMS Disaster Response is the support of members of the Lutheran Church-Missouri Synod. Their prayer support, their financial support, their willingness to volunteer and give of themselves as disasters occur around the United States and around the world.
On behalf of LCMS Disaster Response, thank you to our many partners, volunteers, and donors who help local Lutherans reach out with Christ's mercy, whenever and wherever the next disaster strikes.